What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. Bree is back. This is a very somber episode, I guess you want to call it, because it's February. Valentine's Day is around the corner, and maybe you're one of those lucky few that have a happy Valentine's Day. And good for you. Go enjoy it. But if you're one of the unfortunate few to find yourself in a breakup, we are here for you. And on this episode, we're going to talk about breakups, how to bounce back from them, how to know when one's going to come up. What if you find yourself in a situation where y'all feel like you're not connecting anymore and it's time to break up? How do you deliver it? We're going to bring all that to the table and just drop some knowledge. Hopefully you guys can take it and go home and run with it and improve your life and get better. So opening up here, why should one break up? What would cause, or I guess what should be the reason for a breakup? If somebody feel like this is it. Besides the whole the one like cheating and infidelity, but like
the obvious reasons.
Yeah, besides the obvious reasons, why would one need to break up with somebody?
I feel like besides the cheating and things like that, I feel like the biggest one to me would be like you're not in love anymore. You're not feeling that person anymore. You don't look at them the same. You think you may be happier with somebody else. I mean, it could be multiple reasons. So what about you? What you think?
Yeah, I think, and especially, let's talk about this with modern dating, because we're meeting so many more people. Maybe you're not as infatuated with somebody, or that what you thought was going to be something special died off. We read an article, it was like most people break up less than 5 years. And another one said like within a year, most people are broken up with. I think because maybe you thought the person you met was the right person for you, and then you kind of, after being around somebody a little bit longer, and that infatuation, honeymoon phase dies around, you realize like, I don't like the way they take their shoes off, or maybe I don't like the way they, use certain words, or maybe the way they interact with kids, or maybe the way they, brush their teeth, or whatever the case. I don't know. Any little thing where you're like, this is starting to irk me, and you have a conversation about it, and you're just like, I just not feeling the person the same way. The people who talk about the ick, I got the ick, and maybe you're just not gonna force yourself through that. And maybe you do. Like if you do, that's good for you. Maybe it wasn't enough to break up with somebody, but maybe he's like, they're constantly arguing because you feel like this person should do one thing and they're not doing the other thing, and they feel like they should do one thing, you're not doing the one thing, and there's no compromise anymore, and you guys are like just butting heads constantly. Maybe it's time to end it. Like
exactly.
I think with the fact that we meet so many people nowadays that we sometimes don't want to settle, which I guess you never should settle. But that can lead into what can cause a breakup, because you're like, okay, this person's not fitting the mode I want. They maybe not have the same goals I want, or the same outlook on life that I have, and they might not be we might not be similar, and might not be willing to sacrifice, or maybe like say, hey, I'm different, like I have a different religion than you. I understand that, that's fine. We both compromise each other. We're good. Maybe they're like, no, I need you to follow this religion. At first you was fine, but now I need you to follow this. You're like, no. Or political parties, another one, like, oh, you might be right wing, I'm left wing, or you might be left wing, I'm right wing, and we can't find a way to meet in the middle, because maybe our views on this situation might be a little bit higher than the other. And like, if you can't meet me here, then I'm not gonna deal with that. At first, just to hang out and mess around and hook up was fine, and go out with little dates and stuff was fine. But when it got serious, the nitty gritty, maybe y'all values
clashed,
don't align. So I think that could be a reason why people break up, and everybody's not willing to compromise or meet each other halfway, or meet each other 100. If we look at it that way, everybody put 100% in. Could be a reason.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, it's not a bad thing that maybe your values just don't align with that person.
I feel like if it's things like religion, I feel like those are a part of a person's core values. And so I don't think that that's something that you can really kind of negotiate, or I guess compromise in. So I feel like when it's simple things like, oh, we don't communicate about this, or his favorite color is purple and mine is blue, so I can't vibe with that, or like, I feel like simple things like that could be worked out. But if it just gets to a point where you're just like, okay, like we're just not meshing at all, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that's appropriate, but I 1000% agree with what you said. So yeah.
Another thing thrown there too, maybe sex sexual drive and maybe sexual relations or sexual connection might not be the same either. Maybe.
But I think that even that too, because we all know sex is a very important. But I feel like that's something that could be worked out because they may not be as experienced as you, vice versa. So I feel like that could be a teachable type of thing. But it should not be a reason to break up. I feel like.
What a person doesn't want to have sex with that person. Like they're like, hey, I love you. I just don't want to have sex with you. Like,
okay, I mean that is different. If we're talking about like sexual chemistry,
yes,
and the connection, and they're not licking or sucking right. Okay, we get it. Like you can teach that person, but if they're just like, oh, I don't want to have sex for like 6 months, or I don't want to have sex with you at all, like, or they're asexual, whatever, like that's understandable. Because if you're a very sexual person and this person is not, then that, to me, that's understandable. Like you guys aren't connecting at all with that. So yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Another thing, I think love language plays a big part too. Like the 5.
Yes, that's so important.
I'm a big proponent of 5 love language. I'm a fan. I am a fan. She was put on by one of my exes. Because at first she was like, your love language. I was like, I don't know my love language at all. And she's like, you can take a test for this.
Yeah.
Called the 5 love language. So I took the test. I'll put that in the bio down here. I took the test and kind of found out my love language is physical touch and quality time. Which a lot of people think physical touch, you like touching like sex. No, physical touch. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Hold my hand. Please.
Laugh on me, please.
Please. PDA. I want to hold my hand in public. Hug me. Cuddle.
I think my love language, I think I'm a weird person. I feel like it varies on my mood. But typically, I think mine is like acts of service. Service? I think that's so hot. Like, I'm over here taking out the trash. And you're like, no, baby, I got that. I'm going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's what.
It's so simple, but I think that's mine. So, if you don't know what yours is, definitely take the test because you might be surprised.
Because it's acts of service is one of them. Gift giving is another one. Physical touch, quality time, and words of affirmation is another one. Those are the 5 love languages. Then I was told today there's more than just that. Someone's like, food is a love language. And I was like,
yeah. Food is the way to a person's heart. Buy me a cheeseburger. Let's eat it together.
That's a love language. Maybe it's somewhere interesting.
Add it in there. For real.
I don't know that works that way. I didn't need the studies. But yeah, like if your love language or your partner is not trying to meet your needs, physical and sexual and emotional needs, then maybe that relationship is not the one for you. You have to be fulfilled in your relationship. If you're not fulfilled, what's the point to me? I don't know. That's me. Like, what's the point? If you're not fulfilled, why force yourself to live through
don't
technical
settle.
hell on a daily basis?
Don't settle. Like, there are billions of people in the world, and if Jimmy is not cutting the cake for you, then walk down the street and see all these other men that you could potentially be with that could be a better match for you. It's as simple as that. So don't settle if you're not happy. Know when it's appropriate to break up and when it's that time, like when you know that things are just not progressing, you're not feeling it, etc., etc. You should be the best judge of that. So don't let anybody influence you, not your mommy, not your partner even, not anybody else. Like, you have to know what's best for you. So
that's a good point. Cause I'm gonna ask this next question: when should somebody do the breakup? You just know when it's time, like when and how they should deliver it, how they should deliver that breakup.
How you should deliver it?
Yeah, when do you know? Like, when should you, and then how should you?
I feel like when, it depends on the person and the situation. Because if you feel like you just can't see a future with this person, or you have nothing left to give in that relationship, you need to go ahead and end it. If it's draining you, if it's affecting your mood, depression, your personal life, your job, all of that, you have to look in the mirror and be like, yo, I am not happy. because you being happy is the most important thing. So that's my opinion on that. And then as far as how you should do it, again, I feel like that's situation based. Because if that person is abusive, you're obviously not going to want to break up in person. So it definitely just depends on the situation. But I am a believer in being respectful. And obviously the old school fashion way is to break up with that person in person. No texting, no Instagram messages, no Snapchat video. Like, respectfully, if I care about you, I want to tell you in person and like end it like that. So that's me. I'm old, so I'm old school, but that's just me. What about you?
I'm old. You're younger than me. I definitely think the moment you think you're like, I am out of this relationship. There's no building this. There's no, like, you try to make an attempt, but the moment you're like, you know what? I'm not sticking through this anymore. I think you should break up. The moment you feel that, that like, I'm out, and no matter what that person's gonna do next,
it's not gonna matter.
It's not gonna matter. No matter they try to do the best, they can make you the best date of your life, take you to wherever you want to go. Want to go to the aquarium, make an aquarium for you, and then have an outside picnic, and then make coffee and do things where like, oh, this is your favorite dinner. I made your favorite meal. All this stuff. No matter what they do, you'll be like, nah, man. F this guy or F this girl, I'm out.
Or like, even if it makes you feel good, if they cook your favorite food and it tastes amazing, you don't want a temporary fix. You want that long-term fix.
So if you're out, then like just say, hey, you know what? I've thought about this, and I think you should definitely do it in person. I think the type of relationship, if you're in a committed relationship and you're in it, in person is the way to go. You need to sit there and have a conversation with them. Be prepared for the waterworks. Be prepared for because the person you're breaking up with might not see it coming. They might not even know that you're feeling this way.
But that's the thing, though. That's what I don't
and be blindsided by it.
Like you don't blindside that person. Honestly, like I know that it can happen, but you have to make sure that you at least have communicated at some point within the relationship that you're not happy or that you have some things that you're not happy about in the relationship. If you're randomly just like one day, I'm done.
Wake up, look over.
I'm out. Done. Ew, I don't even like you. Like, no, don't blindside that person. Like, if you have any type of contentions, like, you have to communicate that. Because maybe, like, give that person the opportunity to maybe try and fix it if they can. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't no. Don't do that.
Look up. My word.
Oh, my God.
I'm out. Breaking up. Yeah, I definitely think you're right with that. Like, give them a heads up. Like, just don't blindside somebody. But let's say you just couldn't figure out a way to tell them. Maybe you couldn't find a way to communicate, and they are hit like, I didn't see this coming that way. Yeah. I didn't really like after a few arguments. I didn't realize that we
was that bad.
Yeah,
like, I thought we were having fun. We just watched a movie last night. Like,
I'm actually a horrible person to this. I've done that because I feel like there's not a right way. To me, I don't think when I realized I was out, I was like, okay, I'm not forcing this anymore. I'm done. I was supposed to plan a trip with this person, and we were going to go at the end of the month. And actually, ironically, I am a Valentine's Day offender. I am.
You're a part of the statistic.
I am a part of the statistic. I did it after Valentine's Day because Super Bowl.
Did you get her a gift?
I did. Her love language was receiving gifts. I'm not a gift giver. My love language is not gift giving. Mm-hmm. It's actually at the bottom. However, if I know my significant other loves love receiving gifts, mm-hmm. I will give somebody a gift. I will give her a gift. I will go buy things for her. It made her happy. Like, she lit up like a light bulb when I did that. Cute. However, we kept arguing like for the past month, and I was like, this is not getting better. It's getting worse. I'm starting to feel attacked about who I am. Maybe it's time. It's time. We're not coming to a conclusion. Maybe it's time.
So when you had the conversation to end things with her, did you confront her in a way where you were just like, I'm done, there's nothing you can do? Or did you say it in a way where you were just like, okay, I'm going to give you the opportunity to try and like help fix this?
we wasn't getting better, and I kept saying, like, I was like, you know what, call me misogynistic. Like, we was arguing, like, it got to the point where I ended up leaving work early.
Oh my God.
To go over and say, hey, after, you know, a few conversations we had, after a couple of arguments and conversations, I think the right thing at this point in time is to end it, and I think that we should break up. I feel like you need a guy who's gonna be more fit what you need, and I'm just not that guy.
Yeah.
That's how I said it. I was like, I am not that guy. Like after a couple of weeks of arguing and me calling misogynistic, and like you're saying, like you don't like the way I think and all these things I do.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just not that guy for you. Like you need somebody who kind of matches the way you think and the way you want to, you know, move and navigate, and just not me. I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much I'm saying like that's just not me. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I didn't say move and navigate during that time. That's not that wasn't a word that was in my vocabulary, like that. But I was like, I'm not the guy for you. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I thought we were gonna come over and have a conversation and fix our, you know, can I tell her like we need to talk. I did say that, like we need to have a talk. We need to talk. And she's like, I thought we were gonna work on like just trying to build on us. Like what we're gonna build on. We're like you call me names. We're done this. We done this. And I don't believe in name calling. I don't think you should call your significant other names. Whether it's a joke like, oh, you're stupid, or you're ignorant, or you're like, you know, knucklehead. Like I don't think nagging is a very healthy thing.
Absolutely.
Like a backhanded compliment, I don't think that's healthy at all. It's like, yeah, you're such a stupid person. You're such a foolish, but I love you. You're a fool, but I love you. I don't. That just eats away that can eat somebody's psyche. You might come like, oh, I leave you're soft-hearted. Like I don't care. Like my house, my place is my sanctuary, my place of positivity. I put up posters and things in my room about like bettering yourself and accomplishing your goals and achieve greatness. I had a clothing line called Lofty Grind Athletics, which literally had achieve greatness and refuse to be out work and conquer your challenges on the clothes. So I'm more a positive mindset person. Any kind of negativity outside the house, fine, whatever. But I will refuse to have a person within my household be negative towards me. And me be negative towards her. That just does not, it's not healthy. I don't believe in negative, like calling kids monsters or calling kids, you know, fiends and saying like the person's horrible. Like no, because that eats away at somebody and they start thinking like, well, maybe I'm a bad person. And when they start going to depression and going down a rabbit hole, like I don't get any love and support because you always say I'm a negative person. So I didn't agree with that, and I was like, after weeks of us arguing back and forth, I was like, I'm done. This is not fun anymore. Plus, there's other things that led into that. Like one, we wasn't hooking up anymore. We didn't have any more connection. It was just like
what's the point in doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was out. I was like, I'm done. Like, man, I was like emotional pillow at one point. I was sitting there like trying to be there and guide them to get better, stuff like that. But when it started turning to more of a tax, I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah. And when I sat down and had that conversation, that breakup conversation, it was right before a trip we were supposed to take. And I was like, do I go on this trip and then break up afterwards, or do I break up before the trip? And I was like, I think it'd be smart to break up before the trip, because one, if they want to cancel, they can save their money, they can cancel and everything. It won't be it'll suck, but it won't like impact them negatively. They won't be on this trip and then have all this stuff happens. So I did like a week after Valentine's Day, and yeah.
Dang. Yeah, I would have been pissed. I would have been like, you got me these gifts. We went on a trip. That's so misleading. But I understand what your reasons are for doing that. So, I mean,
I still use my gifts for my exes though. Every gift my ex gave me, I still use to this day. Kid you not. I still use it today. All four of my exes, anything you gave me, I still use it with no shame. I don't care. I'm not throwing it away. It's a gift for me. The water bottle.
So what if your new girlfriend was like, oh, where'd you get this cute little mug from? And you're just like, oh, well, Becky.
I can't lie. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What if she was like, I don't like this. It's making me insecure. Would you be like, oh, well, bye mug? Or would you be like, you know what, baby? Like, it's just an item. It has no meaning behind it. Like, You have to get over it.
I love my Dragon Ball Z canister I drink out of. It keeps water cold. I'm not throwing that away. I'm not. Like,
stand your ground.
Like, she's like, you gotta throw that away. Like, I'm not. I can't. Like, I use it in my daily life. It's very helpful and very amazing canister of water.
What if you loved her so much, but she was just like, babe, but this just makes me so insecure. Like, I don't feel comfortable.
I can't control the way you feel, but at the same time, like, I can't throw away something that I'm using, like, for my, like, it's beneficial to my life. Unless you better go buy the same thing, I'm not throwing it away.
Where you buy it from? I'm just saying.
Like, I'm not sure, like, it's not a fair thing, like, a knife set I have over there,
that was a gift?
Yeah.
What? Who was buying you a knife? Okay, never mind.
So, like, there's
like a housewarming. Okay.
Yeah, like, there's certain things I have that I'm like, I'm not throwing it away, like, I appreciate the gifts. Also, her love language gift giving, so she loved giving me gifts.
That's
and
cute.
I just like I'm not throwing it away. That's not. Yeah. How about you? If you had to do a breakup, how would you initiate it?
I mean, at this point, I have been in a relationship for so long, and I have gotten so many gifts that, like you said, benefit me daily. Cute clothes, like things like that. I'm not about to. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way, babe, but this is mine. Right. Like, and you have no reason to feel insecure about it. Like, let me make you feel better about it because it's not going on.
My way to tell you that I chose you. I'm dating you. You're here because I chose you.
Yeah.
So
no gift is gonna change that.
No gift is gonna change that.
Literally.
Like, don't be that insecure person where you're like, oh God, they're wearing the jacket that their ex gave them. How dare they? Like, no, they enjoying the clothes. They're enjoying the clothes. Like, maybe I don't put sentimental value into gifts. And that's probably my thing. Like, I don't, like, unless it's something that's really like they know who I am. It gives them the base off of who I am. Like, okay, that's pretty cool thought. Thank you. I appreciate that. But other than that, I don't put anything else like, oh, my ex may be that, or that ex may be this one, or that ex may be that. Like, I don't think of it like that.
So in the moment when you're dating that person, they buy you a super sweet gift, like, you feel that sentimental value towards it, I guess. I don't know. Like, and then, like, after you guys break up, do you just emotionally detach yourself from that gift and that person? Like, it's just everything is being broken up with gifts. Like,
yeah, I don't do that. Like, it's like the same thing. My friend bought me something. Like, somebody took the time and effort out of their day to buy me something. Yeah. I'm going to use it because they gave it to me. They decided to pay attention and buy something for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw that away. I'm going to make use out of it.
Yeah.
Also, like, like I said, my love language is not gift giving. So for me, like, gifts, unless it's really thought and generous, I really don't put stock into them because I might get serious here. Like, growing up, my dad would give gifts, but he wasn't always around. Mm. So to me, like, gifts have become a thing where somebody like, oh, I'm not around, here's a thing just to give you, kind of like hold you over. Here's nothing to give you to hold you over. Like, versus like, he can show up more. So to me, gifts are kind of just a thing where, like, it's nice, it's a good idea, but it's never going to really show, to me, genuine love, I guess. That makes sense. Or
I mean,
affection.
I can 1000% relate because I feel like my dad was the same way. He was around in my life, but we didn't have an emotional connection or bond. So... and his way of apologizing would be, here's a gift, here's this, here's that. So I definitely feel that for sure. But you can't put that on everybody else.
No, you
who
can't.
may have genuine intentions behind that gift and soak it up with, a full heart. So
no, 110%. Like, you can't definitely do that.
Yeah.
It just, to me, I'm just like, that's where I come from. So like, that's why gifts, like, somebody give me a gift, like, oh, I appreciate you, thank you so much, thank you. Like, I'm happy and I feel amazed that somebody decided to go out their way and do something for me. But at the end of the day, it's like, give me your time.
Yeah, I would take a hug.
Yes.
Over this
I won't take a kiss for everybody, but I would definitely give me your time. Are we gonna play video games together? And can you get me the game? We're gonna sit down and play this game together.
So since your love language your love language is physical touch, would you rather
quality time? Like, I'm tied up.
Would you rather a nice quality date with cuddling and kissing and all that involved, or would you rather take the newest Nintendo Switch?
A date, cuddling and kissing involved 10 times over.
Oh, okay.
Like as far I'm at right now in dating, I am at the point where I'm like, I don't want to come over and just sit down and watch Netflix with you. I want to go out and do something. Let's take some quality time. Let's go to the museum. Let's be immersing each other. Let's go sit down and talk while we're looking at a painting, or go to the aquarium, or go at an exhibit, or do something together. Let's go play video games at the arcade together. Let's be out and about. Let's move around.
That's creating like that bond.
Yeah,
together.
I don't want to sit at home and just watch the next episode Wednesday with you, or the next episode of Breaking Bad. Like that just...
Which Wednesday was phenomenal, by the way. But anyways, no, I understand completely. I feel the same way.
All right. Next question here. How does one get over a breakup? Can we talk about when it's supposed to do the breakup? How does one get over it? Because from the breaker and the breakee standpoint, like, let's do it for the breaker first, because they're already probably emotionally out of the relationship.
Yeah.
They're probably already gone. How mentally, emotionally they're gone, but physically they're still there. So physically, once they end it, like, how does that person grow from that? How did they get better from that? Or like, what steps do they take to recover? What do you say for somebody who just now, they broke up with somebody, like, all right, you did it. You finally got the weight off your shoulder. You finally went and ended it. How should they move on?
I think like, if you're the person that's breaking up with the other person, you're the breaker. I feel like accepting what you've done, coming to terms with that, and just properly processing that is the first step. And once you've done that, I feel like you should do a self-evaluation. Like, okay, this is why I did it. I know my worth. I know what I'm looking for, et cetera, et cetera. So I feel like it all just ties back down to just accepting it. As far as actions go, I feel like it should be the same for the breaker and the breakee, because I feel like you should just do things that takes your mind off of it, things that helps you constructively, like working out, getting into a hobby, just things that's just building more of a positive mindset for you. So that's how I feel about it. What about you?
For the breaker standpoint, let's see. I've been the breaker twice, and I've been the breakee twice. The breaker standpoint, because you're already emotionally out of it, emotionally. So physically, you just gotta like be mindful that you no longer have that second person there with you. You no longer have that, hey, I'm gonna go, watch this movie. You wanna come over and watch the movie with me and cuddle? You wanna do this? That's gone. Right. That's completely gone. And yeah, like you said, you have to accept that and understand that, like, okay,
for a reason.
Yeah, you're the relationship ended. You ended it for a reason. What have you learned from it? What can you use to grow from it?
Yeah. What
was the positive like about that person you was dating? What was the negatives that you didn't like about that person you dating? Write that list down. Have it like, okay, I like the fact that, she smiled when I saw her versus just looked at me like, I like the fact that, like, she gave hugs. I like the fact she was attentive. But I didn't like the fact that, she called me names, or that she abused me, or that she said this and this, or that she, was screaming, like, kind of bothering me about every little thing. Like, I like the fact that she gave me time in my own personal space. But I don't like the fact that, I can't think of another negative right now, but I'm just trying to like think of things what would cause my, or maybe it was like they didn't give me personal space. Maybe they always monitor to me, and clingy is one I struggle with still. Cause I'm like, man, I just want to have somebody just be like, oh my God, you're my everything. And there's other times I'm like,
you say that now because
no, I say that.
Physical, your love language is physical touch.
Yes.
But when you're getting that kind of like, I need, like, you're like, dang.
But also, like, I want to go hang out with my friends tonight. You don't need to be there. Go hang out with your friends. Where are your friends? Like, I flip back and forth where, like, I want that, but then it's like, no, you need your own personal space. You need your own bubble too, and your own group of friends to hang out with. Don't make me the center of your life. And I think that is one of my negatives, like making me the center of your life. Do not do that.
Yeah.
Please, if you do that, I will be out.
So
within a month.
Do you? Do you want somebody to like, because I feel like that's just a part of being infatuated, and especially the first couple months. What is it called? Like the puppy
love,
the puppy love stage or
yeah.
whatever. I think that's like a part of that whole stage, like just being clingy. You're all about this person. Oh my God, I'll leave this, or oh my God, I'll leave that. So like that bothers you.
I think this is make the heart grows fonder.
Yeah.
So like once a week, especially the early day, once a week seeing somebody scream, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe twice a week, but also understand that person has a life too. So if they don't text you back within 30 minutes, don't be like, oh God, they're gone. Fine. They don't like me. Be secure in yourself. Like learn your attachment style, learn how to work on your attachment style. So be secure in yourself to understand like they have a life too. They'll text me when they're ready. They'll text me when they get back to their phone. They might be off doing something. They might be working. They might be doing this. Don't be like, I know they're not working. I know they're out there with so and so. Like if you feel like you're at that point, it's not a good idea. Like you might have to think about ending it yourself. But yeah, like back to the breaker. Learn what you like, didn't like. Start doing things you love doing again. Do things that make you happy. Go out and do stuff. I don't say you should go right into, because you're already mostly out of the relationship. I don't think you should start dating again. I think you should give yourself at least a month or two to date. Now, I actually, not taking my own advice, I think after I ended a relationship that was in February, I think a month later I went on a date and the girl told me, she's like, you ended your date in February? It's like I was already out the relationship, like we wasn't doing anything, we were just like existing around each other. I was already out, a month and a half prior to when I broke it up. And she's like, yeah, but it took me a whole year to get over my relationship.
But how long were you guys together, sis?
Yeah, like I was only for 4 months.
Exactly, that's not gonna bother me.
And she was like, yeah, I don't think it'd be a good idea. And we didn't take, it was a nice date, but we just didn't speak to each other again. But I was like, that was her rule. Her rule was,
you have to be completely fresh for like a year or whatever.
Yeah, and hey, you have your rules, stick to your rules. To me, I was like, I'm already out. I don't have any attachment to that person anymore. Like I am done. Yeah. Now, that's why I knew I was need to break up. I didn't feel anything else. I was like, anytime I saw a text message or something from that person, I was like dreading it. So if you feel that way, you need to get out. So that's where the breaker goes. Like maybe get a little more time to learn who you are or something like that. Yeah. What about the breakee? Like how do you think they should handle it?
Definitely acceptance too. Like, don't be that person that's like, well, why? What can I do? Like begging for the breakup to not happen. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you have to respect that person's wishes and respect them as a person. So definitely acceptance for both parties. And then the same thing as far as like getting into a hobby, to take your mind off of it, to be constructive with your life and your mindset, and to maybe like reassess what you've done and why that person broke up with you. Was it because of you? Was it because of them? Just understanding why it happened. And again, use that as something constructive for your next relationship or just your life in general. Like you can always learn from something. So, yeah. I'll let you.
I agree with that. Yeah, like be accepting of it. Don't try to go back and chase. I think for me, it was listening to different songs. I really got into Adele after one of my breakups. Like Adele was singing to me.
Yes.
Chasing Pavements. Hello. I was working out to Chasing Pavement. Like there's a video. Like I can tell you the exact.
How can you even do that?
Oh my God! I had Adele will come on, and I am.
That's so funny.
I am doing bent over rows, kettlebell swings, bench press to Adele. Adele saved my life. Like Adele saved my life.
I hope you watch this, Adele. You probably won't, but we love you. Love you, Adele.
But Adele was my workout music for a solid like 2 months. While I got to break up, and also I use social media as my journal. It is like my journal of my life, so I really don't go back through and delete stuff. I did it for one girl. I went back and delete some stuff, but like if I do into a breakup, you will see my breakup post because I will talk about like turn a new page, just like get back on the horse kind of thing. Like, and you go back and find some of those posts, you can like pinpoint when
Yeah.
You do a lot of digging though, got post a lot of stuff, so you have to do a lot of digging to find those posts. But you could find and figure out like, oh, that's when he went through it.
Oh, that was with Becky.
But what I did was like, yeah, I looked at Dale, worked out, got into things I was doing again, which I always did the things I wanted to do, but I just kind of really focused on myself and understand that like it wasn't my fault. When you feel like you did everything right, and that person still breaks up with you, you gotta understand it's not you. Now, if you're somebody who's doing dirt and cheating, then 100% it's you. You sabotage your relationship. But you're somebody who was like, I did everything I did everything I can do. I was there trying to be supportive, and they broke up with me. It wasn't you. It was that person. They had something going on. And I think you should block them. I think you should block that person's phone number, remove them off of social media, remove them from anything that would mind you or have you try to reach out, because you will be to the point where you feel like you're in your growing process. You might think, maybe I'll reach back out to them. Maybe they broke up with you. So don't reach back out. Be like, oh, but we had something special, because those good times are going to hit you. They're going to hit you and you're going to be like, oh, I just
But
remember.
that's definitely a case-by-case thing, too. It depends on why you guys broke up.
Yeah.
Because what if, like, you guys broke up because you felt like you guys were better off as friends? You know, and you guys could become better friends than you are romantically.
Yeah.
So it definitely is like a case-by-case scenario type of thing, and on how you should handle it. I feel like...
But I think a heart doesn't break even.
Definitely, but like I said, like what if y'all were dating for 4 months or 2 months or 2 weeks?
What 2 weeks? I wouldn't consider that I wouldn't consider that a relationship. I'd be like, that's just a situation where somebody was like, oh, we're not really into it.
Some people can get married in like a month. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I have discovered like there is no end all be all for every relationship. It's going to be so different for everybody. And that vibe, but I was just saying, I feel like me personally, it just depends on why you guys broke up, how long you guys were together, things like that, because that determines how you should act accordingly.
Right.
Like blocking somebody or just stuff like that. That's just me personally, though. But
it's part of somebody's healing journey, though. Like, let's say you're not, because I don't believe in second chances. That's just me. So part of my healing journey, the heal from a heartache or heartbreak, is to remove them.
Yeah.
So that way I'm not trying to reach back out. Even you're the breaker, if it wasn't cordial like that, like it just like, okay, we both was out of it. We both we better off friends.
Yeah.
It's one where the person was blindsided, you're the breaker, and you're like, hey, I think we should break up. I think you should remove them from everything. You don't ever reach back out to, because you're the one who did the heartbreak. Yeah. It's like, don't reach back out now. You feel like, okay, maybe I made a mistake. I've grown and learned. I can reach back out and see they pick the ball back up. That's up to that person. Be like, you know what? I'll give it a second shot.
So what if the both of you guys were the breakers? What if it was a mutual breakup? Then how do you handle it?
A mutual breakup?
Yeah.
I would still handle it the same way. Now y'all both are out of the relationship. Realize, can we just coexist? We don't even do it. Like, we're not in a relationship. We're just friends. Then in that case, like, still think you should take time away from each other to grow. So you're not still doing the same boyfriend-girlfriend things you guys are doing in a relationship.
Yeah.
But maybe you don't block that person. Like, you're like, hey, we're going out, but I wouldn't go out with you by yourself. I'll go out with friends. Because, with you as a friend. Because I might be tempted to try to put myself back in a situation where, oh, no, we hooked up again.
But what if it happened naturally to where you guys broke up mutually and y'all were like, we were better off as friends. And you guys, let's just say you guys stayed in contact. Oh, hey, how you doing? Da-da-da-da. And you guys go and hang out. Whether it's like a group hangout or it's just you guys. And you guys find yourselves naturally bonding, connecting, and then sex happens, or you feel
sex happens.
I
tripped and fell, and I don't
know. But I'm just saying, I know you don't believe in second chances, and I'm not one to say you're so wrong because you feel however you want to feel. You are so entitled to that. But I just look at things from like all perspectives, and I'm just like, what if that did happen though? And you were just like, okay, now like I'm seeing a different side of this person. We're connecting on a different way than what we did before. And I'm feeling this again in like a deeper way. You know what I mean?
we can talk about rebounding. We can do that real quick. So like rebounding, like I think you can rebound. It's just you gotta take time away from each other. If you guys gonna break up, like to say, oh, here are a month together. Like I think you guys just take some time to grow, and then we gotta come back around. You're like, hey, I'm still feeling this way. Are you feeling this? Like you want to try this again? Sure. If that person's open to trying again, that's up to that person to pick the ball up. Like I pass the ball to you, you're gonna catch it, or you're gonna just drop it. Like it's up to them to pick it up and pass it back to you. Or catch it or not. Like shooters gotta shoot. So if you're gonna shoot your shot again, go for it. Now that's if the situation where like you said the relationship ended mutually and y'all both was like, we're just better as friends. But I still think you guys need to take time away because maybe that person's like meets somebody else and you get jealous. You're like, yeah, I thought I was over it, but I wasn't. I see them with somebody else and it makes my heart feel kind of weird.
Yeah,
like,
that definitely happened.
Like, so you gotta really be okay and find yourself okay with that person meeting somebody else. Like, I have never been in a situation where I always offer, like, hey, I'm down to be friends with somebody. Like, let's say I had a fling or a situationship that didn't turn to a relationship because I'm at this point, I'm like, I need to see all of you before we even get to the relationship part. Because I'm tired of rushing stuff. Because that's one of my red flags. I rush. To sit there and, like, I offered like the olive branch, you want to be friends, and I get rejected. Like, no, we're not gonna be friends. Like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. But you have to be comfortable enough to be able to see that person with somebody else and you not get upset. Like that's where I feel like if you're at that point where you're like, oh, this person go talk to so and so, and I'm perfectly fine with that, then cool, being around friends and like all of a sudden, but one person feel feeling for another, I think you probably should express that. So it'll be like, hey, I'm feeling like I have feelings for you again. Where are you at?
Right.
That's why I think the blocking and kind of removing yourself from it for a moment, maybe a month or two, just to
get that space and get that clarity
and get that growth and understand like, okay, what happened in that relationship? Could I have done better? Could this person could have done better? What did I give it my all? You gave it your all. You know you didn't do anything wrong. Then like doing better. No, you couldn't. You did everything you could do.
Right.
So you gave it your all. It just didn't happen. Be comfortable with that. I think that is definitely a moment to take away. So as a breaky, I think, so you don't feel like you need to reach back out, block them. Just for maybe a month or two. If you feel like, okay, I did my growth, I can let them back into my life, go for it.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah.
That's where I feel on that.
No, I respect it. I mean, I definitely agree. But like I said, it does just depend on the circumstances. But even still, like, just give yourself some time to just process what happened and get that clarity and just move on if you need to or whatever the case is. But it is a case-by-case thing, so definitely.
And to add to that, like our advice, like it's from our experience, and it's not like you say, it's a case by case. It's not a one puzzle fits all. We're humans. We're all complicated.
Exactly.
So how you process your grief and get over things, go for it. But I definitely don't think you can process a breakup being underneath somebody right underneath the same person that you just broke up with. Be like, we broke up last week, but yet here I am cuddling your arms.
So what if like y'all? Let's just say y'all broke up. And you just immediately block that person.
Okay.
Versus what if y'all broke up and you did not block that person, and if that person wants to reach out to you 2 days later just to say, hey, I hope you're doing okay, things like that, like, is that acceptable or no?
I wouldn't respond back.
Really?
I wouldn't respond back.
But does it depend on why you guys broke up though? Or how long you guys were together? Because all of that does factor in on how you go about,
because
the breakup.
You guys broke up. You guys need a break. Let's say you did a break versus a breakup. Let's say, hey, we're taking a break. Taking a break is fine. If you want to take a break, that's up to you. And I think if you're taking a break for somebody, there's a break. It means break, time out, break.
So see, now you're going from break to breakup.
Yeah. So
the break, if you're planning on resuming that relationship, then obviously you most definitely need to get some space. Like, blocked, bliggity blocked, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And like, leave me alone. We doing this for a reason. And then we can talk later. Like you planning to talk.
Yeah.
And like a breakup, I feel like, I don't know.
To me, it's final. Like a breakup. Sorry.
But But I know, but it's like, why did y'all break up? Did you break up because his breath stank one morning and you was just like,
well,
no, it's done?
Be,
or like,
if the breath stink, it'd be like to me, for a breath stink, I feel like that'd be it'd be the list. It'd be like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Like it was just so much, and you're just like, okay, I'm done. We keep talking about this, nothing's fixing.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not picking up after yourself. You leave trash on the floor. You don't clean up after yourself. I don't want to live in a dirty space. I keep telling you to clean up. You're not doing it, and we keep going through it. Some days you'll fix it, and then some days you just go. And then like a day or two you'll fix it, and then you go right back and throwing your clothes in dirty drawers on the door when I walk into the house.
So we're talking about like that whole aspect, and I was joking about the breath stinking. But to me, that's like more so a negative type of breakup. A lot of people don't always talk about the positives, like breaking up in a healthy way and you guys still being friends, even if you need that space, but you guys still resuming a friendship at least.
Which you have to be completely over that. If you're going to be friends with somebody, I think you still need to take time away so you can figure out who you are and come back around. Yeah. But somebody reached out to me 2 days after I broke up with them, be like, hey, how you doing? I'm like...
But what if it's just like, I just want to check up on you. And then that's it. I'm gone. But
don't even check up on me. Like, why you broke up? Okay, let's say they broke up. Let's say you was a breaker. You did it to somebody. Like, hey, I just want to check up on you. Why are you checking up on somebody that you just broke up with? Like, they're not feeling good. You broke up with them. They thought everything was going good. They thought, or maybe they also was a mutual breakup. And they felt like it was ending, but at the same time, they still are grieving because it's still... Yeah. Your life just changed. You no longer have that person in your life to go get cupcakes on Cupcake Tuesday or get coffee on Wednesday morning at the restaurant. You're not doing that anymore. You're now waking up maybe next to nobody in your bed that was always there. Let's say y'all live together, is always there for the past 2 years, and now they're gone. For them to reach out to me and be like, hey, how you feeling?
I know, but
how
like,
you think I'm feeling?
That still goes back to what I was saying initially, is that it just depends on why you guys broke up. How long were you guys together? Was it negative? Was it a positive experience? Because obviously like that, if you guys were together for 2 years, you guys maybe lived together and y'all broke up because of something that needed to be done or something that was serious or whatever the case may be. Yeah, don't reach out to me. Maybe. Don't just...
Maybe
not. But typically, don't reach out to me. If you broke up with
somebody, would you date them?
It depends on why we broke up. If we were dating for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like actually dating, or maybe even casually dating, and we broke up or we just decided to end things mutually or one-sidedly. But
what would be your reason to reach out?
Just say, hey, what's up? You doing okay?
Are you genuinely concerned about them, or because you want to feel something, like you want to fill a void where you're like, I didn't do anything wrong, right?
It's definitely a case-by-case thing. I may be reaching out to you because I'm genuinely wanting to know how you're doing. Where we're friends now because we decided that was best, or it just really depends. So that's just me. I look at things so deeply, so just ignore me.
The road back though, like, cause I think mutual, somebody's still lying in a mutual breakup. Because the heart doesn't break even. I know I'm using the script song right there, but the heart doesn't break even. At the end of the day, somebody's still gonna be like, still hurt, and they still need their time to process it.
So what if this is the last scenario I'm gonna give? I promise, and then we can move on to something else. But like, what if you met this girl, and he was like, "Oh, she's so pretty," and blah blah blah. And you guys start talking, you guys hit it off, and you guys start going on dates, and you're now considered dating. Maybe not officially as far as like boyfriend and girlfriend, but you guys are dating. You guys are actively dating each other, and you just kind of discover, she just reminds me of my sister. Like, we have more of a friendship vibe. I know, but like personality wise. And you're just like, she just reminds me more of my sister. Like, we just have more of like a buddy friendship type thing. So with that being said, you guys decide to end it. Okay. Like, we both are not feeling it. We're both like we're more of like a brother sister or just a friendship type of thing. Okay. So anyways, are you going to be okay 2 days later if she hits you up and she's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Ali?" or whatever the case is?
So if I ended it,
mutually, or you or her, whatever the case is.
I wouldn't consider that like if I didn't put a label to it, it's not a relationship. It's a situation. So like, okay, yeah, we used to mess around stuff like that, but we never really made it official.
Right.
If I ended, I wouldn't. Like, I would probably respond back to her like, hey, my friends are going out. I wouldn't want to hang one on one. I'll be like, hey, me and my friends are going out. You want to come out with us? Like that kind of thing. Because I've done that. I've done it where a situationship and I ended it. I'm like, hey, do you still want to be friends? I always ask that question after I said like, hey, I don't see this going forward. Aww. Do you still want to be friends? And they say yes or no.
Immediate block.
They know, but I don't block them. Like there's those situations. Those girls are still on my phone, and I'm like, I already made a decision that I don't move forward with them. So like, I'm like,
yeah.
To me, if you want to hang out still, that's fine. But if I know I put a relationship stamp on it, like, hey, I asked you to be my girlfriend, I am now got a more of an attachment than just, here's somebody I just hook up with and we go on dates and I'm getting to know. No, I'm like, now I made a decision that I don't just see this as just somebody who is someone to mess around with and just have dates and stuff like that. I see this as, if this goes right in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, there's gonna be a ring on your finger. That's the way I look at that. Yeah. Like, if I'm asking you to be my girlfriend, I'm looking at, I'm going to marry this chick with that mindset of marriage down the line. Of like, this is my forever girl, like the way Aang said in Avatar Last Airbender. That's the way. If I'm going to put a label on it, I'm looking at like, to me, there's no out for me unless it just completely tank. Completely tank. There's no out.
Yeah.
Because especially now that I don't rush stuff anymore, I'm taking time to get to know somebody. I'm not like, there's no out now. If I made a commitment, like we're a relationship, like I'm seeing you every day, we're going out, we're going places, shopping, we're doing the most mundane things together, making it fun. Mm-hmm. Does that breaks up happen? Like I'm saying, like I think blocking somebody and doing that's the right route. That's if the label's attached to it. There's no label. I'm still trying to make the decision if I want to move forward with this person to become a relationship. Well, I'm not going to drag it longer than what it needs to be. I'm like, okay, now you figure out if this person I want to ask out. It's not, it's not working out.
Yeah, I mean, when you think, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this too, I swear. But when you think about like, because remember those statistics you were showing me about Valentine's Day being, I guess, the
number one holiday people break up on?
People break up on. Do you think, and what was this statistic again? It was like, I can't remember the percentage, but I'm almost 90% sure that half of those people were not in committed relationships. Like, I feel like people just date and we're broken up now. But
it's the number one holiday. There's not a statistic attached to it. This one, Coffee Meets Bagel. David McCandles did a study on the most common breakup points in the year. Yeah. He gathered the information from Facebook profiles showing breakups at certain times of the year. It's interesting to see that breakups increase at a certain point in the year than others. The analysts of the results show the breakup on Valentine's Day, spring season, April's Fool Day, Monday, summer holidays, summer holidays, 2 weeks before Christmas, and Christmas Day are most frequent than any other time of the year. Below the analysis of the breakup, but there's not percentage of people who break up. Yeah. It just said excessive pressure is one of the reasons why Valentine's Day is a day people break up. Because if you think about the holidays, another timestamp in the relationship, it is Valentine's Day. People are expressing their love for each other. They're getting on Facebook and posting it, because we live in time on social media. We can't ignore the time we're living in. Mm-hmm. So people are no longer hiding each other like, oh my gosh, I love this, I love her, I love him, oh, this person's so special to me, my special someone. They posting the Valentine's Day pic with everybody on there. That's like the whole the Galentine's thing, where I'm not sure who made that up, what show, but the girls get together, all the single girls get together with their friends. There's no thing for guys to do that, by the way. There's no guy-times thing where the guys get together, but it's whatever, a bro in time, it's whatever. But when it comes to Valentine's Day, everybody's showing their significant other. You'd be like, are you worthy enough for me to show you to my family and friends or stuff like that? Like, I'm probably out. Like, if you're not going to do that, like, the other statistics you're talking about, I think it was 48 latest relationship breakup statistics from 2023. And 88% of Americans believe it's always necessary to break up with someone in person. Women are nearly twice as likely to initiate a breakup, and then 58% of Americans consider their breakups to be dramatic / messy.
Aw.
So, but here's a stat for you. Post breakup statistic: 43% of Americans report they are still in touch with their former partner. That's from YouGovernment.com. 44% of Americans say they have gotten back together with an ex-partner after breaking up. On average, it takes 11 weeks to get over a breakup. And 37% of Americans believe no contact is the best method of dealing with an ex-partner. So I'm one of the 37% who believes that. 28% of Americans have gone through and read old texts and social media messages from an ex-partner. I've done that. 50% of Americans strongly believe social media makes it harder to forget or ignore an ex. That's not wrong. That's not wrong. Definitely. If you still see your ex and you're trying to get over them and move on or reset yourself, you still see it's kind of hard to forget. Like that was a memory. That was a person you just
look good.
You just saw. And if you want, we can go over that real quick before we're doing some TikTok videos.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me restart this from the beginning. So this is 48 latest relationship breakup statistics. So the breakup statistics. 14% of Americans believe it's acceptable to break up with someone via social media, text, or email. I don't think that's acceptable. It depends on how long, what kind of relationship you guys are having. If you guys are text only after being like, I just actually had this. We was seeing each other for like a couple months, and then we stopped seeing each other for a whole month. We didn't met in person the whole month, and I just reached out because another girl did this to me where she kind of had a conversation with me via text, and I was like, well, we haven't seen each other for a while. Like, maybe the conversation via text won't be a bad thing. And I just reached out and said, hey, I don't want to keep this dragging on. I just think we're a good match for each other. And she's like, I was trying to figure out the words to say it back to you. Aww. Perfect. Relationships under 5 years old are more likely to fall apart than stay together.
What's that percentage again?
There's not a percentage. It's just relationships under 5 years old are more likely. Oh. This is from Stanford University. And this website actually quotes where they got the statistic from, which I like that. Yeah. 40% of U.S. long distance relationships will fall apart, from pole vaulter. And what's another one on here? So post breakups. 4% of Americans report they look up their ex social media profile every day. That's excessive. They need to block that person and get away. They need a reset.
Yeah, why are you looking it up so much? 10%
of Americans say they have committed vindictive or vengeful acts to an ex after breaking up. That's terrifying. 46% of Americans agree they have a previous relationship they regret. 46%. I'm not the 40%. Not the 46%. I don't regret any relationship I was in. There's a reason I was in it. It's a learning lesson at the end of the day.
Definitely.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you don't live your life a certain way, but I'm just saying I don't think it's a healthy way to look at your relationship when you regret being in a relationship with somebody. There's a reason. There's a learning lesson there. Mm-hmm. Coronavirus. I don't know if we should do coronavirus breakups. No. Cheating partner statistics. I'm not doing that. We all know what cheating is. Marital infidelity, we all know about that. Divorce statistics, that's the other three on here. Yeah. If you want to read about cheating partners, you can go in there and look at that percentage. But as far as the basic, that's where we go. Let's do some TikToks. Let's react to. We'll do 4, 2 guys, 2 girls.
Let's just do 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's do breaking with someone you love is the worst 5 things to focus on. Just got out of a long-term relationship. Should we do that one? Or men's guide to dealing with a breakup. Let's go with her. Okay. And I'm actually going to do this.
I always thought men were heartless until I started receiving tons of DMs from men confiding in me while struggling through a breakup. It was then that I realized you guys have feelings too. Here are 5 tips to get through a breakup. Whether she broke up with you or not, don't try to win her back. If 2 people are meant to be, they'll find their way back to each other. But begging and chasing isn't proving your worth. It's depleting it.
Okay, what do you think of that?
Yeah, that goes back to the first thing I was saying is when you guys break up, depending on the reason, because that matters. Do not go begging and being like, oh my God, why did you break up with me? I promise you I'm worthy. Like, no, I promise I can change. Like, no, don't do that. So yeah, I think that's a good video, honestly. Yeah.
All right.
Don't turn to other women. We all know that men process their emotions differently, but this is the equivalent of putting a band-aid on a shattered bone. You're gonna lose self-respect while using this method to cope. Please stop stalking her social.
Avoid the rebound. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like, don't just jump right back into it. Unless you process that relationship, your previous relationship, and you're out of it. Do not roll back.
Yeah.
Don't rebound to somebody else just to fill a void. Because when you break up, like I said, your dynamic changed. You're no longer with somebody. You no longer have another person there. You're now solo dolo versus duo truo. I don't know. Let's make it up. So you're by yourself now.
Yeah.
Don't go find another girl to fill that void. Don't go through your decks of women that you might have if you're somebody who
Keeps them calm.
yeah. If you're somebody who does that, don't go through that. Take time to process. Don't be like, well, this girl used to like me a few years ago. Let me go reach out to her. This girl used to do this a few years ago. 1, that girl probably moved on. 2, don't reach out to her. Just focus on yourself first, man, and then get better. This actually reminded me of something you asked me earlier. You was like, how do you process breakups? Do you, like, what friend circle do you reach out to? Mm-hmm. And I feel like, my close friends I reach out to and like, hey man, this happened to me. I process mine by kind of know. I do unload with my friends. I do sit there and talk to my friends. I feel like most guys don't sit there and talk about their breakups with their friends and family, but I will sit there and take the time to process that. Just have somebody to talk to. Just like, hear me out. This is what happened. I could have done something better, or maybe I couldn't do something better. Like, or maybe like this was a situation. Like, we ended it. I do sit there and talk to my friends about stuff and just like kind of process through. And most of my friends do give me an honest answer, like, hey, Ali, you did this wrong, or you could have been better, and maybe not. Like, you did what you did. You did what you could do.
Yeah.
All right. Next part. Stop stalking her socials.
If you're reading into her cryptic posts, she's winning. Fully invest yourself into that
Let me just keep going.
new hobby you've been wanting to try. You're going to make friends and establish a healthy routine. And you're going to have something to be proud of. And lastly, let go. Stop trying to find closure. Accept the fact that she may just be a crazy. Once you can get past this step,
Oh my gosh.
you've done the hardest part. I forgot how good it was.
What?
I always thought men were heartless until I started receiving.
What? One, don't call somebody crazy. Like, I don't think that's healthy at all. That's like shoving off like your accept that maybe there's things you could have done better in a relationship, things that she could have done better in a relationship, and call it a day. Don't be like, she's crazy. No, she's not crazy. Just, she's a person, you're a human. Yeah. Y'all just didn't connect.
Yeah.
Y'all just didn't connect. All right. What do you think about that? What do you think about some of the stuff she said?
I agree with that, because like I've gone through experiences when I've broken up with somebody or whatever the case is, and I thought that men were heartless, or that person in particular, because they just had another chick a couple of days later, and I'm just like, do you not miss me? Did you ever love me? Like, those things go through women's heads when we see those things. So I agree with that 1000%.
I think having another chick the other day is not love. I think it's more the processing of it.
Yeah.
I think one, if that person broke up with you, they're probably already 3 weeks ahead of you as far as the breakup goes. Mentally, they're, like I said, they're already emotionally gone. It's just the physical that they just got to get removed of. Yeah. So if you think about this, if they're 3 weeks to a month ahead of you, they're already back.
They're gonna be ready.
We're back out there looking for somebody. They already processed the breakup. They just haven't figured out how to end it. Versus you're already playing catch up, or playing not catch up, but you're already behind because you're like, I didn't I didn't see it coming. I didn't know that you was breaking up. I know we was arguing left and right, but I didn't know we actually going to end it. Like I know we joked about it or something like that. I didn't know we actually going to end it. So you're like, okay, you're explaining the shock. And like, how can they move on so quick? They already been out the relationship a month in advance. So they're not moving on quick. They're just gone. Like they're mentally checked out.
Or maybe that's just their way of trying to like get through the breakup. Maybe that's their rebound because like you said, they're used to having that person with them, movies, cuddling, sleeping, all that stuff. And so to not have that person there anymore, or anybody there, they're searching for somebody to fill that void.
Yep. Versus actually taking time to sit there and process the stuff. Another thing, one advice I was giving after breakups, like find another girl, get under. I was like, what? The quick way you get with a girl, get another one, get under. And women told me that. I was like, oh my gosh, like no, I don't think it's healthy. Yeah, older
Not
women,
at all.
like older women tell me like just get underneath somebody else. And I was like, oh my gosh, like calm down. Like I'm not that kind of guy, but like
good.
I understand what that comes from. Like is that fill that void, but the sooner you meet somebody new who's gonna treat you like better or treat you the way you want to be treated, that old relationship you don't even remember anymore.
Exactly.
All right, let's see what this girl has to say here. All right, let's see. This is going to be advice for women, because that was advice for men.
3 things I wish I knew about healing from a breakup. Okay, so a little story time. I went through the absolute worst breakup of my entire life back when I was in college. I lost 30 pounds. I was losing my hair. I was severely depressed, and I actually flunked out of college.
Oh, shoot.
So these are 3 things I wish someone would have told me or that I would have knew sooner to really not have to go through all of that. I feel like after you break up with someone, you're always really unsure if you made the right decision about breaking up with that person. But I just feel like at that moment, it's just your head and your heart having a disagreement and not really sure if the decision you made was right. But at this time, when you're feeling like this, you need to focus more on the logic behind the breakup instead of how you feel. Distracting yourself.
By the way, this is from Nicole Faye. And I'm going to tell who the other girl is after this, because there's another girl. But Nicole Faye said this one, and I think that's pretty good advice. Like,
that's really accurate.
Be logical behind it. Don't put your emotions into it. Like, take a logical approach, which that's probably with the whole...
know why you did it and stand behind that.
2, distracting yourself is not healing.
From the breakup isn't the way to heal. Actually going through the pain of going through a breakup is. And for the last...
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like, don't distract yourself. Like, get underneath somebody else. Like, not suffer, but actually process through it. Start to figure out, okay, like I said earlier, like, I'll make a list. What I liked about the relationship, what I didn't like about the relationship, and then try to figure out a way to, like, okay, let's see. This is what I enjoy. Take this. This is what I didn't enjoy. I don't want that. I know how that made me feel. This is how this made me feel, and work through that. Also, I read books. I read a lot of relationship and advice books, too. That helps me process a lot of things I was going through.
It's cutting off all mutual ties you have to that person. That's friends, family. I mean, I don't care if you're best friends with this little sister, okay? She has to go until you've healed from the situation. 3 things I wish I...
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's some really good advice.
So that was from Nicole Faye, and the other girl who gave her advice is from Billy Ray Brandt. That was the other girl who gave the first advice video. You want to do one more? Or you want to?
I'll be good.
Huh? You said you're good? I kind of want to listen to Steve Harvey though.
Steve Harvey. Okay, let's do like half of the video.
The breakup.
All right, let's see here. There's no thing of justice. I think this is actually a short video.
It's the blessing. See, a lot of women break up and they, oh, woe is me, I put 10 years in. Well, they was 10 bad years, though. There was 10 bad years. Do you want the next 10 years to be just like the old 10 years? If that's not the case, then the breakup is the blessing. And sometimes the breakup is so you can get a new start. Sometimes you just need to freshen up everything. The breakup is the blessing. See, a lot of women break up and they'll...
Yeah.
That's the way to look at it. Look at it as a blessing.
Yeah, that's a positive way to look at a breakup.
It's a learning experience. I think every breakup is a learning experience. And you take... Oh, let's go Attack on Titan. But you take everything you want from it. Life happens. How you react to it is how is how you move forward in life. If you react negatively, it's going to negatively affect you. If you react positively to it, you're going to positively affect your life. A breakup, you look at it as a learning lesson and not like, here's the end of the world, I have nothing left. There are more people in the sea.
Absolutely. That's showing that you don't respect yourself or you look at yourself in a low way. Like, so yeah, definitely. Like, if you hold yourself to like a really high standard and you're broken up with, how you act towards that breakup, it definitely just shows how you look at yourself and how you value yourself. So definitely.
So yeah. Bree, anything else you want to add on here?
That's it.
Well, thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I appreciate y'all. If y'all have a question or you want to put a comment, you can put a comment in the comment section, like a question. I'll respond to it on the next episode. Also, you can email me and Gmail. Want to send me a question? It's at alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. Also, you can send me a question on Instagram at ali_Zakka, and I will answer your question on the show. Like, I'll throw you a shout out. I'll answer a question. Matter of fact, the next episode I have a question about OnlyFans that somebody sent me. Ooh. And I'm gonna save it though. So if y'all wanna wait around for that. I'm not sure when that episode will be out though, but I will be answering that question. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching the episode. Bye. Keep being awesome. Hope this breakup advice helped you out. Hope this discussion helps and help you grow. Other than that, keep being awesome.
Bye.
Peace out. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me a dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.